Namaskar and welcome to Akashvani. Today we bring to you a special program on the theme India's robust economy. It is a story of transformation, resilience, and remarkable growth that has caught the world's attention. India has now become the fourth largest economy in the world, and by the year 2030, experts say India will move up to the third spot globally. What has powered the rise? A young and energetic population, bold reforms, first adaptation to technology, and the unstoppable spirit of entrepreneurship. From landmark steps like GST to the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, India is not just growing its GDP numbers, it is reshaping its identity as a rising power in the 21st century. In this program, we will explore the key driver of India's growth, the challenges ahead, and the government's bold ambition of making India a fully developed nation by 2047, when we mark 100 years of independence. To guide us through this journey, we are joined by Dr. R.C. PARIDA, Professor, Department of Commerce, Rajiv Gandhi University. He will share his insights on India's growth story, government policies, and the road towards sustainable and inclusive development. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you.
To begin with, sir, could you share your view on the key factors that have propelled India's rise on the global economic stage in the recent years? From what I have seen, it seems a combination of policy reforms and demographic strengths plays a crucial role. Can you elaborate this?
Yeah, Namaskar. As you rightly pointed out, that Indian economy is now a robust economy. And when we say robust economy, it has so many contributory factors, including our young population, we can say dynamic young population, and expanding domestic market. Side by side also, we are having robust infrastructure development. And many government initiatives like Digital India, ever expanding services sector, increasing manufacturing and foreign investments, and moreover a favorable geopolitical climate that have pushed up our economy a robust economy. And we know during 2025 we have been declared as fourth largest economy, surpassing other countries, and it is expected by 2028 by IMF predictions we will be third largest economy in the world. And as I told, there are many contributing factors which has fostered the rapid economic growth, includes innovations and solidifying our positions of world's fastest growing economies. When we say the robust and fastest growing economy, we also take into account our demographic dividend, infrastructure development, digital transformation, and the foremost is government policies and reforms. And as it is rightly told that our demographic dividend, that our ever increasing young populations, which provides a significant workforce and a robust consumer base. And when we say that young population, you will find that 65% population are within the age of 35, and it is told that the median age is 28. So we can imagine, we can think that how these young population are contributing the robust economy of the India. And the infrastructure push also given by the government, including airports, roads, bridges, flyovers, so many, which has pushed government investments as well as through public-private partnerships also. And this has given a crucial link for connecting markets, supporting growth, and facilitating both domestic as well as international integrations. Side by side also, the government programs, including digital transformations, we see the UPI emergence, how it has spurred the exponential growth in digital payments, creating a cashless ecosystem and boosting efficiency. We also talk about the government policies reforms also. It includes the most coveted policies and reforms like including Startup India, Stand Up India, and also production linked incentives and many more policy reforms which has fostered our economy to a robust economy with innovations. In also same way, the manufacturing and investment sectors also, that we have seen significant trend growth, we can say boom in the market, including the environment, logistics, tax efficiency, and many more other reforms are also in the pipeline. And we have seen the budget presentations 25-26 in the parliament by the government of India, which has given further augmentation for the robust economy of our country.
So, sir, what major milestones or strategic shifts would you say have been particularly important in making this remarkable growth story possible? I am actually interested to know which policies or moments stands out as a game changer in India's economy.
Yeah, see, when we say the policy changes, game changers, we see that the Digital India movements and the Niti Aayog sponsored programs and our Prime Minister's dream projects like Khelo India, Digital India, and many more things are there which have further pushed the robust economy. And these policy initiatives, including our GST tax, GST Act, which was implemented 2017, we have recent reforms also. Now we have two GST slabs also. The income tax act, new act which has been placed in the parliament, which is in pipeline and likely to be also notified soon. These type of reforms and policy measures have no doubt contributed for the growth of Indian economy. And if you go back to our history, the economic liberalization, the policy decision strategy in 1991, and to again also cite the goods and services tax and the Make in India initiatives, the Digital India, and many more such policy measures which have contributed for the robust growth of our economy.
Okay, sir. India's young population and the growing entrepreneurial culture are often cited as a vital, for sustaining high GDP growth rates. How do you think this demographic and entrepreneurial strength actually translate into economic advantage? Are there challenges in harnessing these benefits fully?
Yeah, rightly said that our young population, we say it is a geographical dividend which provides a vast workforce and a rising consumer base. And I told that when our 65% population is below 35 years age and their median age is 28, we can see that how dynamic are they. And the policy reforms, our Skill India initiatives, skill hubs also, the startups and other entrepreneurs, Mudra schemes, and so many schemes are already put in place, which also motivates our young generations, we can say the young population, the youth, to take up new ventures with innovations. That is why so many projects, even also in IT sector also, semiconductor projects also, which has given a job creation and economic growth by driving wealth as well also tackling market opportunities. The more important is that Skill India, the apprenticeship. We are putting emphasis on these aspects on basis of our national education policy also 2020 NEP, which envisages that while studying they must learn. So learn while you learn. That sort of policy measures, the actions initiated by the government has no doubt motivated our youth to take up entrepreneurial ventures, and now the mindset is different, and people focus, and we also focus on large scale skilling, fostering entrepreneurship and increasing women's participation in our workforce. So when our 60% as I told, 65% population under 35 and a large youthful workforce presenting both challenges and opportunities, and no doubt we are there, challenges will be there, opportunity will be there. So policy measures are taken how to harness these opportunities and how to overcome these challenges. And this has also directly or indirectly, we can say, has given advantage for potentiality to accelerate economic growth, enhancing productivity, and we have a aim to establish India as a global hub, talent hub, we say. So these are definitely but definitely contributing for the innovative workforce. And also we see the rising population. We are the largest populated country in the world, and we have increased consumer demands also, consumer base. We have robust domestic demand. So this somehow also propelled our youth to take up entrepreneurial ventures. Not only now they are job seekers, they are also now job providers. So this young population are certainly are the you can say the significant contributor for further growth of our economy. And we say the 2047 Viksit Bharat, and these youth population, the young entrepreneurs have a very definite and dramatic, we can say tremendous role to go for Viksit Bharat, developed nation by 2047.
Yeah. In today's interconnected world, economies face many external shocks, like from trade wars to tariffs and supply chain disruptions. How resilient do you think India's economy is to such global shocks? Has India's growth been vulnerable, or has the economy shown notable adaptability?
Yeah, very right. See, this economy is completely now controlled by market forces. And in India, we have regulatory bodies, and rest is left to the market forces to determine the development and its running in the long run. As we have seen the significant changes in the global environment, in the global business world, still then we have you can say demonstrated significant resilience to global shocks. And after COVID-19 pandemic, we have witnessed so many economic upheavals where the global shocks, we say, that is as I say, global recession also, America, Ukraine, and then Russia war also, now resilient, now this Israel and Arabian conflict are also there. Still then, we have faced this economy in a more resilient way. In spite of global shocks, we have maintained our economy, and that is why we have posed ourselves as the fourth largest economy in the 2025. And this, we can say, even after having global shocks, because of our strong fundamentals, economic fundamentals, consumer base, youth populations, then GST acts, and our consumption pattern, population, all have been, these resilience have been underpinned by these factors. We can say that, we can repeat that, I can repeat, this resilience is underpinned by, we can say, strong domestic demand as well as consumptions, and then substantial foreign exchange reserves, which has been steadily maintained in the government exchange. And foremost is a healthy financial sector. We have seen the rising trend in the Bombay Stock Exchange also, National Stock Exchange also, and other financial markets. And particularly with the robust government spending on infrastructure. Beginning I told that we have robust investments in roads, bridges, dams, etc. So these have no doubt given resilience for the global shocks, and it has given a overall strength for its vast domestic market. To mention here that we say that we have more than 86 airports. Out of that, 36 international airports and many more domestic airports also. And many roads, bridges are coming up. You will find in Northeast also, in other parts of the country, we have 4-laning, we are also 6-laning roads, 8-laning roads. This has given major boost, you can push in government spendings. And this no doubt has given resilience to global shocks. In spite of their global phenomena, recessions, some downward trends like that, we have vigorously faced these shocks, and that is why we have stood as the fourth largest economy, and by 28, as we say, that will be definitely third largest economy.
So, as rightly said, sir, India is the largest market.
Yeah.
You say that India has the largest market,
Yes.
and the kind of investment government is doing, and as you said, robust government spending in infrastructure and the initiative like Make in India, as you earlier mentioned, this semiconductor thing. These are all the factors, I think, like which will make India the third largest economy by 2030. So moving on to the next question, sir.
Yes.
It's kind of relevant to it. Like the recent GST reform has been widely discussed in policy circles. From perspective, like from your perspective, how significant is this reform, and what kind of message does it send about India's economic direction and priorities? Does it reflect a larger vision beyond immediate tax benefits?
Yeah, of course. This GST reflects a larger vision of creating a unified national market. Before 2017, we have different states having different tax structures, VATs also, their entry tax different, etc. But after this GST introduction during 2017, we have seen the dramatic changes in the consumption pattern as well as also indirect tax structure. And this GST 2017 and recent changes with two tax slabs has boosted the economic integration and simultaneously also simplifying the compliance. And also it is also has increased the transparency and fostering a competitive growth oriented economy beyond just immediate tax benefits. As we say, we have observation that government may likely to lose the tax, but in the long run it will have a cascading effect, a long term effect on the Indian economy. The recent GST reforms specially aim to provide, we can say, the structural aspects supporting the formalization of informal sector and stimulating the consumption pattern by lowering prices on goods. Many our consumption day-to-day goods have been now exempted from GST. So when it was within ambit, somehow people, also government policy makers felt that there should be some changes. That's why we have seen that this has been already implemented, as our Prime Minister announced in the Independence Day that there will be also different changes in GST regulations and act, and we have seen now it has been implemented and we are enjoying the tax benefits given by the GST Act. The latest GST reforms, which was there in September 2 at New Delhi GST Council, which further simplified the GST structure. Now we have the two slab system, which is 5% and 18%, removing the earlier 12% and 28% rates, and this will make taxation more transparent and easier to follow. I repeat, it is as per the 56th GST Council held in New Delhi. And this GST further expanding, as this 17, we had 17 different taxes and 13 cess, which were unified under GST, which was implemented on 1st July 2017, and it was to eliminating the cascading of taxes. It was also the earlier tax on tax, and this has given the creation of a new single market and with common rates and procedures, and this has given further contributed the tax buoyancy of the government of India. Every month we see from the newspapers, also government data, CMI data also, that GST kitty of the government as going up dramatically. Your GST, CGST, IGST, every time going up. And these GST revenues government is spending in a very, very productive ways. Our hardwares, military, defense, and then infrastructure, all these have come up because of the tax earnings from the GST. And so now the government wanted, let us pass on the benefit to the consumers, to the population, to the citizens in the rural and urban areas. And we see the government's thinking, government's policy, that how the people, the citizens will benefit. So this, we can say in a nutshell, that it has given a single national market, it is a catalyst for growth, and it has reduced the cascading of the tax, as I told, tax on tax. And further expanding on this, we have now simplified compliance. It is almost now a net internet, you can say, every GST compliance should be net portal also. We have GSTN given to individuals, consumers, educational institutions, etc. It has given a structural reset in the market and increased formalizations. And moreover, at last we can say that it has boosted the consumption pattern and enhanced competitiveness. So when we say earlier that we say cheese, other daily items which are under 5% GST, now it has been a nil. So people feel that there is something there we should enjoy, and we must thank the government for such a dramatic and dynamic policy initiatives to make India the most developed economy.
So sir, moving on to the next questions, digital infrastructure and financial inclusion schemes like Jan Dhan Yojana have expanded rapidly across India. Can you discuss what economic and social impact this expansion has had so far?
Yeah.
And how important are these initiatives for the inclusive growth?
You rightly said, we have already mentioned these digital initiatives. And as you told, this digital infrastructure and financial inclusion schemes, particularly Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana (PMJDY), are now critical for India's inclusive growth, because many people, major strata of the population were outside the ambit of the financial inclusion. They didn't have the access to banks, etc. But keeping that in mind, government thought that there must be inclusive growth and people must have access to our banking services. That's why a very novel scheme all over world, it has been well appreciated, the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Now we say it's also JAM Trinity, which has linked to JAM means JAM Trinity, that is Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile. This has fostered the widespread adoption of digital payments like RuPay and UPI. Earlier we are using Visa, MasterCard like that, but now we have our own system, that is RuPay and UPI, which has been very much popular all over the world also, including Mauritius, including Germany also. And these initiatives has expanded the poor people for getting government benefits, we say direct benefit transfers, and access to savings, credits, insurance, and enabling also them for all type of government sponsored benefits and promoting financial literacy. Also, this Jan Dhan Yojana has empowered the marginalized populations, thereby we can say the unlocking significant economic potential and contributing sustainable developmental goals. And this has broad-based the citizens to go for the financial access. And this has further contributed the improvement of the welfare delivery, access to credit and insurance also. We have also like Mudra schemes also, and moreover we can say it has very much contributed for sustainable development of the society. And as the United Nations has put emphasis on the sustainable development goals, this PMJY, Prime Minister Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, has given all such benefits for the sustainable benefits. Other than this Prime Minister PMJDY, other schemes are also there through this Digital India Push, including Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, Atal Pension Yojana, Micro Units Development and Refinance Agency Bank, as I told, Mudra. All these are the outcome of our the digital initiative and digital infrastructure as well as the financial inclusion.
Exactly, sir. As you said, mentioned like digital infrastructure was very important. After having the digital infrastructure, giving a bank account to every individual, mostly the marginalized section, and that make them able to access the credit facility.
Yes.
The accessing to a better credit facility means having better loan and doing some businesses and making their life more lively, more better. So this is indeed actually the infrastructure, digital infrastructure and financial inclusion, these are linked and is a boon for the people of India.
Yes.
Listen, I would like to ask, like flagship government programs such as the revitalization of MSMEs and Make in India are often highlighted as the engine of increasing export capacity and fostering innovation. How effective have these programs been in building global competitiveness and creating jobs?
Very good question. You see, our mainstay of our economy is now the micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSME. So this MSMEs has further been pushed by Make in India initiatives, which are indeed significant engines for increasing India's export capacity and fostering the innovations. This the revitalization of micro small enterprises and which has been envisaged in our budget 25-26, which has given new definitions for the MSMEs, their registration, financial benefits. All these strategies have boosted for the growth of micro, small, and medium enterprises, because this sector contributes hugely to our India's export capacity and simultaneously also drive the technological advancements and create a strong ecosystem for new ideas, because we have now slogan local pay vocal. So this has been further contributed by the MSME sectors. And this basically the MSMEs has been further developed by the Make in India drive as a export capacity. And this Make in India is basically initiative which has been encouraged by manufacturing and revitalized MSME sectors. It has increased the domestic productions. It has also enhanced the competitiveness by supporting the MSMEs with better access to finance, technology, and the other also we can say the digital tools, which has government has taken many more such efficient and global initiatives for the competitiveness and enabling the MSME sector to compete with the international markets.
So finally, sir, the government has set a vision to transform India into a developed nation by 2047. In your opinion, what key indicators or goals should be prioritized to make this vision a reality? And how achievable do you think this target is, considering both opportunities and challenges?
Okay. See, you have asked good question also. As I told that the key indicators including the adaptability, digitalizations, technology, access to finance, skill gap, other resource limitations which are being addressed by the government. And as I told that we contribute maximum, the MSME sector contributes to the export, and more than 45% of our exports are from the MSME sector, which reinforces their role in positioning the country as a global manufacturing hub. So these key indicators including this job creation, massive employment, then exports, digitalization, and these technological aspects, their adaptability, productivity gap, access to finance, and skill gap. These are certain indicators where we need to focus, because as you say that India is young India, youth population, we need to address that. And when their major chunk is there, we provide them skill initiatives, entrepreneurship, other schemes, also financial schemes to make them self-dependent. We have to think these indicators in the economic development. And as we told that is by Prime Minister when launched Viksit Bharat 2047, he told that yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. For India, this is time, right time. So we have to be collectively put in our efforts hands together, so that we can be a developed nation by 2047 and we can be a third largest economy by 2028. So with these remarks, we can say that we are country is going to be as Prime Minister told, reform, transform, like that. So that need to be really to be put emphasis to be developed nation by 2047.
Dear listeners, today we heard how India's economy has grown through the energy of its young people, both government steps and fast use of technology. The journey ahead may have challenges, but with hard work and inclusive growth, India can achieve the dream of becoming a developed nation by 2047. Thank you, Dr. Parida, for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.